What's up guys, today's video is on the top 5 best bread machine. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that will meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Starting at number 5, we have the Zojirushi BBPDC20BA Home Bakery Virtuoso Plus Breadmaker. If you want a bread machine that can outbake the rest, look no further than the Zojirushi Virtuoso Plus. This top-tier machine produced some of the tastiest bread in our tests and took home the prize for making the most consistent and aesthetically pleasing loaves. This is also the only model we tested that included 2 separate kneading blades, ensuring that all of the ingredients are thoroughly integrated into your dough and leaving no residual flour behind. The Virtuoso has numerous presets and is unique because it has memory functions, allowing you to customize the knead, rise, and bake times to match your preferences and favorite recipes. However, these bells and whistles don't come cheap. The Virtuoso Plus is one of the most expensive machines we've tested. It's also one of the bulkiest and heaviest machines of the group, requiring a significant investment in terms of both money and real estate in your kitchen. We strongly feel that the Zojirushi is the best baker of the bunch, but it might be overkill for folks who bake bread infrequently or who aren't willing to pay a premium for the best model. Moving on, at number 4, we have the KBS Pro MBF010 bread machine. The KBS Pro MBF010 is another excellent bread machine that we wouldn't hesitate to recommend to anyone seeking a premium appliance. This machine did exceedingly well at incorporating all of the ingredients into the dough, only leaving a tiny amount of unmixed cornstarch on the outside of the gluten-free loaf in our tests. It has all the features and functions that we could ask for and is fairly easy to use. The kneading paddle usually stays in the machine, and the locking pan makes it very easy to pull the finished bread out once it's done baking. This machine produced some of the most consistently colored crusts with very uniform browning. Our biggest gripe with KBS Pro MBF010 is its interface. We found having all the options lit up at once can make it a little cluttered and confusing, though it's easier once you become accustomed to it. It's also a bit heavier than some of the other machines. However, we feel these are fairly minor dings against its performance. We're huge fans of this model and highly recommend it. At number 3, we have the Elite Gourmet Maxi-Matic EBM8103B Programmable Breadmaker. If you're simply seeking a decent bread-making appliance that won't blow your budget, check out the Elite Gourmet Maxi-Matic Programmable. This model did a decent job in our baking tests, incorporating the ingredients quite well, and it has 19 different preset functions for everything from basic bread to yogurt. It includes a hook for removing the kneading paddle from the finished bread, a measuring spoon, a measuring cup, and a recipe book. It also has a keep warm function, as well as a 15-hour delay timer and an audible tone to alert you when it's time to add any mix-ins. The crust that this bread maker produced wasn't always the most evenly done. The bottom of the crust was usually much darker than the top of the white, whole wheat, and gluten-free loaves we made for testing. We also found that it occasionally left some of the dry ingredients unmixed. All in all, we still think it's a decent option if you're shopping for a bread machine on a shoestring budget. At number 2, we have the Hamilton Beach Breadmaker machine. If you saw the price tag on the Zojirushi and started to panic, then the Hamilton Beach Home Baker might be worth a gander. This appliance costs a fraction of what the Virtuoso Plus does, all while delivering comparable loaves in terms of taste and texture. The crust is usually reasonably uniform, and the overall appearance of the bread is fairly nice. The non-stick pan is also a breeze to clean, it's dishwasher safe, and the bread pan's handle will lock into the folded down position, making it easy to dump out the bread once it is baked. This discount bread machine does make a few concessions to keep the cost down. The home baker has a much smaller set of presets than many of the others, and it struggled a bit with some of the more specialized loaves in our test, with the whole wheat bread and the gluten-free loaf collapsing a bit. Despite a few significant drawbacks, it's hard to find a better bread-making appliance than this Hamilton Beach model if you are shopping on a budget. And finally at number 1, we have the Breville BBM 800XL Custom Loaf Breadmaker. If you're into premium kitchen appliances, you might already be familiar with the Breville name. The Breville the Custom Loaf is a sleek and stylish option with tons of features and functions, allowing you to choose between a ton of different preset programs and even create up to 9 custom options for your recipes and preferences. This bread maker has an interface that is exceptionally clear and easy to read, makes great bread, and is the only model we have tested that has an integrated automated dispenser to add mix-ins, think dried fruit or nuts, at the appropriate time. The custom loaf also has a backup power supply that can hold your place for up to 60 minutes. It won't continue baking or kneading, but it is quite handy if you accidentally unplug the device or your power flickers. While the custom loaf has a ton of handy features, there are a few things we weren't enamored with. The bread maker has a collapsible paddle that is supposed to minimize the hole at the bottom of the bread, but we found this didn't really help all that much and just made it harder to remove the bread pan. Additionally, the bread pan is somewhat hard to clean. Breville recommends that you don't submerge it and only wash the interior of the pan. This is an excellent model if you frequently make bread with tons of mix-ins, but if you're going to spend top dollar, we still think the Zojirushi is a slightly better choice. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time.